Hello garden lovers. This week at Southern California Gardening, we are battling aphids in our pepper starts. Aphids, also known around here as little jerks, are infesting all of the new growth in our pepper starts. Normally I would just come in and pinch the tops together because they like to get in deep into the little baby leaves that are starting. So I pinch them and then spray them off with some water right on top of there. And that pretty much wipes them out. But I'm going to be on the road for the next week and I can't afford to have an aphid infestation break out into all of these pepper plants that we have started. I won't be around to maintain them. So this morning, before the sun comes up, I'm gonna get them sprayed with some insecticidal soap, which is basically just some water and some Bronner soap. The recommendation is 4 tablespoons per gallon of water. I'm gonna be using this 24-ounce spray bottle. So I will just be putting a teaspoon into the spray bottle, shake it up really, really good, spray in the middle, the center where the growth's coming out, and under the leaves. I don't see any on this guy under the leaves, but I can guarantee you they're under the leaves in some of the plants. So I'll get these guys sprayed, and then a couple of hours later, before it heats up in here, mist all of these guys off, removing the soap from the tops of the leaves so that they don't get burned today. You can hear the girls in the background. They want some attention. They want some kale. All right, on a time crunch. Gonna get going. All right, so since the majority of the seedlings are affected with aphids, then pinching the centers and rubbing them off from underneath the leaves is just not practical. So here I'm mixing some Bronner soap with some water, getting it shook up really well. I'm spraying right down in the center where the new leaf growth is coming out, and then moving the leaves upward while spraying. This gets underneath the leaves. I then let the soap sit for about 30 minutes. You'll see the aphids get disturbed. Then I go back through all the centers one more time, spray them, and let them set for about an hour. Then I will come back through and mist off all the centers and the tops of the leaves. This must be done after sundown or before sunup to prevent tender leaf burn. Zooming in on a couple of plants that have lots of aphids at the centers, and then we'll look back in a couple of hours and see how they're doing. This one over here, this homegrown red habanero, it's got a ton of these little guys. Now, if they were left and not treated, the leaves that they are feeding off of would get so damaged, and then there would be no new growth coming out of the pepper plants. So very important to get them before they do too much damage. And the last step that I do that is very important that you saw at the beginning of this video is I turn the plants upside down and look for aphid eggs. The aphid eggs aren't going to be affected by the insecticidal soap, so I just quickly go through each plant and look for eggs and just rub them off of the leaves. These guys are everywhere. They're on my overwintered jalapeno plants, and I'm sure they're on these little cucumber plants as well. Aphids in the garden are an ongoing battle that can be won. It's hard to see, but these guys are struggling. So the soap is doing its job, and you can see here the soap residue. So it's time to get these guys misted off because the heat is coming. This greenhouse is going to get really warm today, and I don't want the leaves to burn. That should do it. I'll come back in a couple of hours and check on these guys. They should be perked up by then, and for the most part aphid free, at least until we get back. But unfortunately they will be back because it's so nice and warm in the greenhouse. It provides the perfect conditions for these little jerks. All right, it is early the next morning. I got busy yesterday, so I didn't come back and check on these guys, but they look like they're doing excellent. They're all perked up. Let's find the ones that were completely infested in the centers with aphids. It was over here. The red habanero, the homegrown red habanero. Looking good. Looks like there's a little bit of aphid activity down there in the soil. Go ahead and give these guys one more spray this morning. They don't need it in the center, but I don't want any of these guys left behind. And the other one was this yellow monster. This is a huge bell, by the way, by Baker Creek. You gotta check it out. That's Cinnamon in the background. She is a talkative girl. It's been about 2 weeks. We are back from our week-long trip. We ended up spraying the chili plants twice before leaving, and one more time when we returned. And the aphids are under control. Also, I wanted to share this resource with you. I love to study everything. And while studying aphids online, I found this excellent resource by Epic Gardening. This is the most thorough dive into aphids. Like I said, it's excellent, and I learned something fascinating. Apparently, some ant colonies farm aphids. So that's fascinating stuff, but definitely check out this resource. I'm pretty sure that every garden battles aphids, so you will get a lot from this. Since that last clip, my husband got me this amazing pump sprayer. Check it out. Makes applying insecticidal soap so quick and easy. It is definitely a must-have for battling these little jerks. We have been moving quite a few chili plants out into the garden now that the nighttime lows are much warmer. We've actually been having temps into the upper 80s. Today is going to be 89, and the plants love that, but their roots are very shallow still. So at the hottest part of the day, we will give them a sprinkle of water to cool them off. And when the temps are 89 outside, they're well over 100 in the greenhouse. So we will give them a misting a couple of times a day. This variety is Craig's Grande. If you love jalapenos, you're going to want to check this variety out. The description is it's a big fat jalapeno. We mentioned it in our last video. Check it out. We show the seed packet information. Can't wait to try these guys. Make some jalapeno poppers. In this bed we have some overwintered chilies. We have a huge jalapeno back there, and some habaneros just starting to wake up. They look pretty beat up, but they are starting to look beautiful. Here is chameleon. It changes from violet to pink. These guys started producing about a month ago already. What a beautiful variety. So if you love peppers and chilies, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified. We will be sharing short 5-minute videos each week featuring a few chili varieties that we're growing. We will be doing taste tests, and there are some hot varieties that I'll be trying for the first time. We will be sharing the conditions they like to grow in, all about the variety and the seed company that we got them from, their heat index, the health benefits, and how to address potential problems. And we have over 35 varieties that we're growing. So again, if you love peppers and chilies, these videos are for you. All right, that's it for now. Remember, something doesn't come from nothing. I hope you guys enjoy your week and enjoy your garden.